TinaGale here, and I'm back with another process video. And if you caught my last one, you know I'm having some issues with camera and computer talking to each other. So videos coming up probably will be a little bit different. I'm just crossing my fingers that we can get through and get something to upload. So today I'm starting with some photos. Normally my process is to start with photos. They are the ones that speak to me, get me inspired to scrapbook. So they're just some selfies that I took with my family one night at church. I always look forward to catching up with my kids when they come to church on the same nights that we do. So I have this one printed in two different sizes. I have this one that's landscape, this one that's portrait. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I'm leaning towards using these two. We will see. And I may just do another layout with just that one because it's cute. So that's what I'm working with. So I went behind me to my scrap room kits that I've not gotten to and immediately saw this and felt like the colors were perfect. It really matches the color that's in my coat. It also doesn't hurt that it's a collection that I love. I love the florals. I love it on the navy. Now this was part of the double shot kit. So it's a little bit thinner than the flavors of the month because there's no add-ons to go with it, and I love to add embellishments. So I've put the papers to the top that I'm really looking at using. These are the colors that's going to go well with the color scheme I want to use. I'll show you the backs. This one has this beautiful wood grain, and I am thinking of cutting it and putting it like this. I don't know. We shall see. I love this one with the little circles and the turquoise color. All of this is from Fancy Pants Golden Days. I also always love a ledger, so I'm kind of torn between using that for the background, but I really think the wood grain's going to win out. And then this one that's in the coral color, and it's also a wood grain, so gorgeous. And the back has the leaves. So again, I'm going to leave this side up because this is the color scheme that I'm going with. The embellishments that came with it is this 3x4 card, which talks about autumn. These pictures weren't taken in autumn, so I'm not going to use those. I have a couple of tags. I think I'm going to throw those in. And then there's also some labels. I'll see if I can tuck those in. Some cork pieces that are painted, so I'll definitely tuck what I can in of those. And the enamel dots are these puffy circle stickers that are in this color, so that's definitely hitting the layout. And then the flare is in the dark navy blue with the gold with love, so that definitely fits the photos and the story that I want to tell. So those are the embellishments that came with the kit. I know myself, and I know how much I layer in clusters, so I know that's not going to be enough. So I went to my stash, and I pulled out, first thing, a doily. So I actually have one in turquoise and one in white, because I'm not sure, like I said, which one's going to be the primary background, so which one's going to stand out better. So I just pulled both of them. And then I pulled out this sticker sheet, and this is from Paige Evans' new collection. And there are a few little pieces, like this little circle definitely matches in the color. We have a little cloud, ampersand. So there were a few things that I knew. You know, it is flat, but it's more stickers that definitely will go. Amy Tan's Shine On. I had some ephemera pieces, and this with the dark black and the turquoise is definitely a match, and a little leaf so that it'll pull more of the black in. Let's see. This is from Well Hello from My Mind's Eye, and this is chipboard pieces, so the colors match. The only thing I don't care for is this has purple stripes, and I don't do purple. So I could put a word label or something over it, but I felt like I needed just a few little things to tuck in, and there was this navy heart, so I've pulled those in. I don't know if this came with I think this was Amy Tan's. I don't know. And a little brown leather bow. And I believe this was in the Shine On kit. I don't know if it was part of her collection or something Rochelle put in, but it was in the Shine On kit. And a little tassel clip, which I believe went with Paige Evans' collection. So you can tell the color is perfect. Don't know if I can fit it in, but I am going to try because I just think that's cute. And then I had this, and honestly, I pulled things out of kits and I didn't pay attention to what I was pulling out of, but I felt like that could be cut and used for part of a title. But unfortunately, I don't remember what collection it came from. So those are the embellishments that I've pulled to help beef up the kit. I also pulled my sticker books out again. If you watched the last video, you know I pulled it out because I love these. I flipped through them and they're just so gorgeous, but I haven't used them. But I did. On the last layout, I did get some of the stickers used, but you can tell they're just chock full. You can't even tell I used it. And I also have this one, which a lot of the colors, because it's the navy and the minty green, there's a lot of that color in here through the One Canoe 2 sticker book. So I pulled it out to remind me to use those. So that's the product that I'm using. And then right before I turned the camera on, I had printed off the new December Page Maps sketches. And just looking through it, I love this sketch right here. So I think that's what I'm going to use. May change it up just a wee bit, but we'll put this little border down here, and I think I'll put a block of paper behind the photos. So that's the sketch that I'm going to try to start with. So I'm going to turn the camera off. We're going to put the layout together and cross your fingers that that video stays together and will upload. So I will be back with the process part. Alright, so far we're good. The video has uploaded, so let's do the process part of it. So I did go ahead and cut that floral and that wood grain apart, and I just adhered it onto another piece of really thin paper that I had in my stash so that I could use both sides of that paper, and I love the way the background turned out. So I went ahead and put the sketch here, and I'm going to try to keep it here throughout the whole process so you can kind of see where I'm working from, because I am using the basic parts of this sketch. The embellishment will definitely look a little bit different, but the main elements are there. The photos are definitely in the same spot. They might be a little bit different sizes, but they're in the same spot. So this is basically just a big block in here. And like I said previously, I've intended fully on putting a piece of paper behind all that to build this section on. That's just normal, my go-to. What I would do, I would never just start putting them onto a background paper without anything else. So this layout's really outside of what my normal style is, but I love how it turned out. And it's nice to break your normal up in your albums and stuff, so it just adds a lot of variety to your albums. So in the end, that one piece of paper is the only paper I used on this layout, which I just think is amazing. Everything else were those embellishments that I showed you. And I don't really add any other embellishments in. I did pull out some thickers to finish my title, and I used stickers out of those sticker books, but everything else were those pieces that I showed you in the beginning. And so the way this sketch was designed, there was a doily up at the top left behind the photo, and then just some embellishments. So they had kind of used, I don't remember if it was tags or like 3x4 cut apart, something like that for the journaling and everything. But because this collection had 2 tags in there, I decided to use that in those gaps around the photos. So I did include my title on top of the one tag up at the top, just like it shows in the sketch. And the bottom left one showed where the journaling went, and that's where my journaling is going to go as well. Now, where it differs is they have all these snowmen across the bottom, and that's pretty much all of their embellishments. They just built it across. And mine is not. I'm going to have a lot of embellishment in those areas, but I am really building in those 3 cluster areas. That's where my embellishments go. So I included that little circle that was from Amy Tan's Shine On, and I'm going to add just a little bit more journaling over there and the date as well. So I had those little labels too that I wanted to try to put in that came part of the kit. And so I do put it there so that I can block off I originally intended on putting the date inside of there, but I end up putting the date above with some stickers. And so I just take one of the word labels and fill up inside of there. And then I had that leaf as well from the Shine On collection so that I could repeat that black and white as well as that title, Beautiful Life. And so that was kind of the basis. I had black and white and all of those, and then that tag had all the different colors in it, and the tag at the bottom just had the corally pink, so I needed to pull in all the other colors. And the same on the right hand side. And so I had to pull in individual items to get all those colors. So I did it with the sticker books, and I found some of the turquoise blue, the heart, and the little leaf prong to build in there. And I love that I got that little tassel paper clip in. That was so much fun. Again, that's an embellishment, not normally what I would use. I probably would never buy that, but it came in a kit. It's fun, and it really adds a lot to this layout because most of my embellishments were flat, and that has that texture and that lump and that bump. So I love what it brought to the layout there. And again, it's something different from my norm, so it's going to look really good in the album to kind of mix things up there. I also added the little camera that was from the sticker book, and it has the pink and the coral and also the little turquoise blue in it. I did kind of mess around with that title, moving it up there, because right now where the title's at, I have all these gaps around it, and I'm really not liking it. My style also is to bring everything in where it's kind of touching and it's really close and cozy, and right now the bottom two embellishments are that way, but that top one's kind of loose and lots of air around it and space. And so you're going to see me move that title around and bring it in closer to the photo, and that's a little bit more my style. So right now I'm just finishing up. I have the bulk of those clusters done, and now I'm just looking for little things to tuck in to repeat those colors. And I had that chipboard navy heart, and I knew I wanted to get it in, and that flare. So that flare went down at the bottom, and that little bow. I love that I got all these little different pieces put in, because I think just about everything embellished on this layout is something that I normally don't get into a layout. And then here are those little puffy stickers that are like enamel dots, and that's going to finish off those little bits of turquoise through there. And I stuck one inside the camera, because the camera had touches of turquoise, but not a lot, and I really wanted to bring more of the turquoise down into that cluster. So I have that inside the camera, I have the heart, and then I added one of the little enamel dots. The last little embellishment that I had that I haven't used yet were those cork pieces, and I definitely wanted to get that in as well because I wanted to use them up with the collection they came with, but it also gave another texture and another look. So I got the heart with the green paint over on the left, and then I'm adding the other heart that has kind of the turquoise paint up on the top, as well as that little sun cork piece, and it has a pink circle around it. And then I needed one for the bottom right, and I had one left that was the little cross sign, and so I added it next to the blue. And then here is where I just wanted some little something else up at the top, and there was this butterfly sticker. It's kind of clear and just a black outline, and I love how it turned out. So I put it up at the top just to kind of pull that out. You can see the gold thickers that I added in just for the pops of gold. As you can see, it definitely looks like the sketch, but my own little take on it. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will be back soon with more process videos. I did replace my camera, so now I'm playing with it, so that's why I'm kind of have a gap here. But I hope you have a wonderful holiday season if I don't see you before Christmas, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.